Bears fans have reason for optimism now, even if the team doesn't compete for the playoffs. That's because this week, Coach Matt Nagy named rookie first-round draft pick Justin Fields the team's starting quarterback going forward. So what does this mean for this week's matchup against the 3-1 Las Vegas Raiders? And joining us now is James Big Cat Williams, former offensive lineman for the Chicago Bears from 91 to 2002. James Big Cat Williams, thanks for being here as always.
Thanks for having me, Paris.
All right, so after head coach Matt Nagy insisted Andy Dalton would be the starting quarterback when healthy, he did a reversal, of course. Is this the right move?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I think anytime you have an opportunity to get a young quarterback playing time, knowing that he is the future of the franchise, you have to take advantage of it. We sat here for the last couple of weeks and heard him talk about as soon as Dalton was back, as soon as that knee allowed him to get back on the field, he was going to be the starter. You want to see that, but you don't want to take a step back with Fields. And I think this is their version of not taking that step backwards for once.
And will this be paired with a continuation of offensive coordinator Bill Lazor calling the plays instead of Matt Nagy, because the offense looks completely different when Lazor is calling the plays?
Well, we have to hope so. We have to hope so. We have to hope that Nagy is all right with just being the head coach, with putting his input in on the offense, but allowing Lazor and Fields to figure out exactly what makes Fields most comfortable, what helps out that offensive line, what makes that offense run and look as efficient as it did last week versus Detroit.
What does it say to you that Fields was able to have so much composure after being battered with 9 sacks the week before?
Well, I think it's big, because that's one thing that you always worry about with not just a young quarterback, but a young player. Can you make a mistake on one play or make a mistake one week and come back and put it out of your mind and kind of clean it up? For a guy that took 9 sacks versus Cleveland to come in versus Detroit and not show any ill effects from it. You saw them go down first drive, put the ball into the end zone, and he looked like, nothing had happened the week prior. There was no fear in him as far as what was going to occur from the Detroit defense.
Certainly looked like he was in control of that offense. It's not all good news this week, Big Cat. David Montgomery, the outstanding and really tough running back, is injured. He had a gruesome leg injury, although it looks like it's just a sprained knee, out 4 to 5 weeks. How can the Bears make up for that? Because the running game is really important here.
Oh, yeah, the running game is very important, but it's all about how they build off of what they did versus Detroit. You saw them come out. You saw them do a lot more from under center. You saw the play action from under center. These are things that Fields is very comfortable with and can run very well. But now you have to expand on these things. Can you give him the read option type where they can run outside zone, but if that back defensive end that they're not blocking crashes, Fields can read that and now get around the corner. This adds another little aspect to their running game that teams have to prepare for. And he's already shown that he's a very good athlete. So getting him out and outside, out of the tackle boxes and allowing him to use his speed is probably the next evolution of what this offense has to do.
But will he be hurt without Montgomery there, or can other running backs fill the void?
Well, I think Williams will fill the void. He got a full day of practice in today, I do believe. And, he's a competent back. So you don't need him to be a world beater. You don't need him to break off 6-7 yards a pop. You just need the offensive line and Williams to be consistent and allow them to open up things in the passing game. Once they open those things up, then you're looking at second half of the game, possibly Williams being able to break these longer runs on a defense that should be, a little more confused than they were to start off the game.
Yeah, keeping that defense honest. All right, so how does the Bears defense, which has been playing pretty well of late, stack up against Las Vegas high-powered offense and quarterback Derek Carr?
Ordinarily, I'd say that, this is a great matchup. You heard there were reports about Bosa, who is the Chargers defensive lineman, talking about how if you can get to Carr and you can put some hits on him, you can shake him a little bit. And you have to think that the Bears defense was salivating over that. They have a good front, but the thing that worries me a little bit is now Hicks is out. He did not practice today. Neil Mack did not practice today, and he's on the injury report. So they're going to have to find ways to get pressure on Carr, and I think they can do it. You look at the blitz packages that they'll possibly be able to put in, and they should be able to get some hits on him early and, hopefully rattle that cage a little bit.
Yeah, that seems to be the key to slowing that offense down. All right, your bold prediction for this weekend.
I'm really torn because of, the Hicks-Mack news and Montgomery being out. I think earlier in the week I would have chosen the Bears, just the possibility of the offense being so much better. But with those two guys being down right now and not positive about whether or not they're going to play, I'm going to go Raiders 24, Bears 20.
All right, but that might change if those two are able to play. So let's knock on wood that they get healthy really fast. All right, James Big Cat Williams, thanks as always.
Thanks, Paris. Have a good one.
All right, you too.